You know, for the longest time, I was an Xbox 360 fanboy. I just didn't understand why I'd need to buy a PlayStation. I mean, the 360 gave me everything I needed, plus all of my friends had 360s, so I could just play all my games with them online. Well, when I finally gave in this past winter and bought a PlayStation, I obviously realized what I was missing, but more importantly, I realized how flawed the current or now dated generation of Xbox 360s really were. When Microsoft announced this past week at E3 that they were going to be releasing a new Xbox 360 with a bunch of improvements and then gave one to everyone in the audience, not only was I extremely jealous, but I knew I had to get my hands on one of them. So, after tracking one down all over town for the past few days, I was able to score one from a stealth shipment at the local Best Buy. After playing a few games on it, I'd like to show my findings and, more importantly, the differences between the current and now dated generations of the Xbox 360s. Just pulling the contents out of the box, everything looks pretty standard. You get the new Xbox 360 Slim console, a black wireless controller, and a black headset that's a little different in shape and style, at least, from the white one that came with my original non-elite Xbox 360. The unit comes with a large 250GB hard drive, a noticeably smaller power supply with a different type of connection, and a standard definition audio-video cable. Of course, the console is much smaller and is a glossy black color throughout, but the power and eject buttons have been replaced with pressure-sensitive touch buttons that let you just glide your finger over to activate. Like the original Xbox 360, you have two hidden USB ports on the front of the unit. Unique to the Slim unit, though, is tons and tons of ventilation. The top has a massive ventilation port, and both sides are basically just two huge vents. The back of the unit has a plug-in for the power unit, ports for HDMI, component composite AV, and digital audio. While there's built-in wireless N, there's an external Ethernet port, 3 USB ports over the 2 from the original, and a new auxiliary port for the Kinect releasing this fall. Probably the most important features, in addition to the new ventilation, has to do with the new 45nm CPU-GPU, which is a smaller processor giving us less heat generation, and built-in heat monitoring software that will actually shut the Xbox down if it were to get too hot, thus preventing the red ring of death. To be fair, the unit will still show red lights on the front, but they'll turn off once the unit has cooled enough for the software to recognize it's no longer in danger. If you decide to take the plunge and purchase the new Xbox 360 Slim for the retail price of $299, you'll likely need to drop an extra $20 to purchase the hard drive data transfer kit, which takes all the data from your original Xbox 360 hard drive and transfers it very easily to the new Slim hard drive. All you've got to do is remove the old hard drive, plug the data transfer kit into it, turn on the new Slim Xbox 360, and then plug the data transfer USB cable into the front of your new console and follow the on-screen menus. This should take anywhere from 10 minutes to a couple of hours, depending on how much data you've got on your previous drive. Afterwards, you'll need to head over to xbox.com/DRM to transfer over all of your licenses from downloaded content, that is, assuming you had any downloading content, such as games or bonus content for your games. This process is just as simple as the data transfer process. Finally, I wanted to touch on the most significant differences between the two units. I've been playing Fable 2 this past week, and because the hard drive on my old Xbox 360 was nearly full, I didn't have enough room to install the game to the hard drive. Well, on games that constantly access large amounts of data on the disks, the old 360 disk drives were extremely loud, both in their spinning but also in their reading of the data. The new 360 is just as quiet as the PlayStation 3, finally. I went ahead and recorded some gameplay footage of me playing Fable 2 and placed my microphone next to the old and new Xboxes to show you the significant difference in how loud they are. I went ahead and amplified the audio by 20 decibels just to ensure you can clearly hear what I'm talking about.
Do horrible things.
All in all, I'd say we've got a pretty damn good unit here. You've got a sleek new design that should completely eliminate any heat issues that the last generation of Xbox 360s were plagued with. But is this something that all gamers should strive to pick up? Probably not. There really aren't that many new features to merit forking out the $300 for the new unit unless you're a gamer who doesn't yet have an Xbox 360. You have one, but your small hard drive is full and you're looking to upgrade to a larger one, or you're like me and have a little extra cash laying around and you just have to have the latest and greatest toys. So, what are your thoughts? Who wants to pick up one of these bad boys? Leave your questions and comments below. Check out the full write-up, screenshots, and gameplay footage over at ZeitgeistGameReview.com. Stay up to date by following me on Twitter and check out my other channel, Zeitgeist Other, for gameplay footage. Don't forget to subscribe and press the thumbs up button. Thanks for watching.